Esau. But Jacob's name was changed.
Was changed, yes.
To Israel.
Right now.
See, and I want you, it come from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob.
Yes.
And Jacob became, every seed that come out of Jacob now is Israel.
Yes.
Jacob is the one who had the 12 sons.
Yes.
Which was called the 12 tribes.
Yes.
That's where the 12 tribes break down from.
Bring it
I'm
up.
getting you to understand that these were black people.
Yes.
These were black people with woolly hair.
Yes.
Not just that they have woolly hair, these were men, mighty men of valor.
Bring it on.
These were the children of, these were the chosen of the Most High.
The rulers.
Genesis chapter 42, verses 1 to 8 said, Now when Jacob saw that there was camp in Egypt, that there was corn in Egypt, I'm trying to get the point now to explain to you now so you can see who Israel is. You see, because if you stay listening to this whole church, telling you, but when the Mashiach come, he coming for the church, and he gonna wish you all away for that, that's a lie.
Spiritual Israel.
You see, I used to believe those things, you know. But until the Father said to me, "Darren, come out of home." And I was under his teaching for 2 years.
Yes.
But in the first 6 months, I had to read the entire scripture, not just the 66 books, but the 14 they take out 80.
My.
You see? Oh, he's a good father.
Yes, great
you just
father.
You gotta humble yourself, you know. But the Father is saying, I'm trying to save y'all. A lot of y'all gonna end up in the days like how it was when we were in Egypt. Because y'all reject this truth, the Father tell me, Darren, if they don't listen to you, if they don't accept this truth, me telling them who they is and come out of that horse and stuff, they're gonna suffer plagues.
Oh my goodness.
I want you to know when the Father dropped the plagues on Egypt, you know, you got people who scared of frogs and snakes and spiders. But brother, you need to serve the Father. You need to get on the Father, because in Egypt, when he turned the frogs out on the land, it said that even when the Egyptians went and drank some of the water to try to get a little drip, the frogs was burping in their belly.
Frogs in the water.
But you see, y'all don't understand who y'all dealing with, you know. You better read Revelations 1 to 22. But let's move on to who Israel is. And when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his son, Why do ye look one upon the other? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down hither and buy for us there, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn there. But Benjamin, just the youngest one, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest we have been a mischief befall him like it befall Joseph. Like it befall Joseph. And the sons, listen to this now. This verse 5. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn. What they call them?
Sons of Israel.
And who they come out of?
Jacob.
Jacob. You see, you got to understand what's going on here. Not just that they have us in slavery. Now they telling you worship this white false Christ. See, the Father can send his servants to bring y'all out of that harem. But the problem is, a lot of y'all love the pastor so much, y'all can die for the pastor. You see, the pastor buys, go to the family in the church, say, Lucky, how you doing? Say, well, you know, they buy them a bag of grocery. And they sell their soul to the pastor. Don't mess and let the pastor buy you one piece of car. Or buy you one house. The Father can send as much truth as he wants to you. You'll never leave the pastor. You'll go to hell for the pastor. And that's where you will go.
Mercy.
Because the Father say, love us me more.
Yes.
Do you love me more than your mother, your brother, your sister, your wife? Y'all? If you don't love him more than them, you finish.
Finish.
I don't care who you is.
Done.
You finish. And it says, and the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came off the famine was in the land of Canaan.
Yes.
Now I want you, they talking about Israel, but you still got other nations.
Yes.
There's only one people that is chosen, that's Israel.
Yes.
That's who we coming for.
One people.
But there's some good news in this. If you hear it out, I'll give it to you. He said, and Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land that Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but they made himself strange, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but his brethren didn't know him. Now watch this. The Egypts come from Ham. We know anybody will tell you, Ham them is they jet black.
Yes.
Israel black. So for color they couldn't tell. And because he was dressed in these Egyptian regalia, they didn't know who he was. They black, the Egyptians black. Right now, the only red person who kicking around was Esau. But his gene's strong. And you know Japhet is the Caucasians. Come on now, you got to wait with me, brothers and sisters. The Father said, when you find a man of wisdom, stick out his doorstep, man, learn truth. You see, because the Father trying to save you. But a lot of y'all don't want to be saved. Isaiah, Genesis chapter 45, verses 1 to 12. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried, cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. He said, brethren, you know they were shocked. They done sell him into slavery, thought he was dead. When he was in Egypt, the only person get sold into Egypt was Joseph. You know, the rest of us walking. See, that's a deep thing. The rest of us walking. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph, do it my father yet live. And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. Dressed like a king.
Yes.
Come on now.
Prince.
You see, because the Hebrew Israelites be very regardless, but nowadays Joseph was over here, put there by the father, but he dressed like a king. He dressed like an Egyptian. He wearing crowns and stuff. He covered. They were sort of confused. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt.
Yes.
Now therefore be not grieved nor angry with yourself that ye sold me hither. For Elohim did send me before to preserve life. Come on now, that's what he said, to preserve life.
Bring it on.
Let's go to Genesis chapter 46, verses 8 to 27. And these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Jacob and his sons, Reuben and his sons. You see, watch this now. You hear what they call them?
Children of Israel.
You see, I want you to know when the Father comes, he coming for Israel, you know.
Yes,
The
you're right.
reason we get scattered out as slaves into these foreign countries because we break the covenant, you know what we do? His name, what he sent for his son, we throw it down.
Oh, my goodness.
You know who the Pharisees and scribes, they were nothing but devils. You don't hear what they say? You don't hear what they tell Pilate? Look here, man, crucify him. So look here, we have no king but Caesar.
Caesar.
So if you say that, why you think we calling him Jesus now? Because they call him Zeus. So since y'all ain't have no king but Caesar, go worship Zeus. Going from Zeus to Zeus to Jesus. The letter J was invented in 1630.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, you gotta work with me. Let's go to verse 20. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim. 21. And the sons of Benjamin were Bela and Becca and Ebsel. And these are the sons of Rachel which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14. And the sons of Dan and the sons of Naphtali. And we go to 26, he said, all the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, besides Jacob's son, wives, all the sons were 76. And the sons of Joseph, which were born unto him, were 2 souls. And now, which came into Egypt, were 70, were now 70 souls. So watch what the father did. You see, the father didn't want to mix up Israel. When Jacob had his 12 sons, and they had some sons, the total of them when Joseph bring them into Egypt was 70. Watch what he do. He keeping us unmixed from the rest of those heathen worlds. He don't want, that's why he put us in Egypt. And when he delivered us out of Egypt, you know how much we come again, the millions. We was there for 400 years. The father don't suffer his children to be in bondage too much over 400 years. That's why when I tell you this original edition came out in 1611 and it's 2011, now that's 400 years. Look at the interesting point of that. When the father called me and he spoke to me, 400 years later, he said, Darren, I want you to come out of her. But I'm grateful that I never did love no one more than I love him. I don't care what the pastor do. Man, you could buy me car and house. Man, you could take them back.
Take him back.
I ain't got time for your foolishness.
Take him back.
Because when you hit the lake of fire, the father said, look, I didn't make that for y'all, you know. I make that for Satan and his cohorts. But y'all going up in it if y'all don't listen to what I have to say.
May see.
Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31. Let's go there. Work with me, brothers and sisters. Jeremiah 31, 29 to 33.
Bring it out.
In those days they shall say, no more the fathers have eaten sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on the edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge.
Yes.
Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With Israel.
And with the house of Yehudah. Wait with me here. From I was talking, you ever hear me say the church of my mouth? Watch the New Testament, how the Catholic Church introduced the devil in it. They take out the Father's, the Son name and put the devil name, the swine name, Satan name, Jesus Christ.
Bring it
That's
in.
the name of the devil.
Bring it in.
But wait with me here.
I'm sure cool.
Behold, the days come and say that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand out and bring them out of the land of Egypt. See, making a distinction here now.
Yes.
Catch the distinction. He said, these people I talking about, Israel, is the same who I bring out of Egypt.
Yes.
Don't mind them people over there in Israel talking about, their people come from out of the Holocaust thing and the presidents, them and the British, them thief the land and give it to them.
That was the devil course.
Don't worry about them. The Father people get scattered out. We ain't going back to hell. He put us back.
Yes.
He said that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Though I was a husband unto them, saying, Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it on their hearts.
Yes.
And I will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. You hear what he said?
Yes.
He said, when he bring us out of Egypt, what we do?
Break the covenant.
Break the covenant.
Covenant
Moses
breakers.
gone up on the mountain to get the Ten Commandments. When Moses come down, what Israel doing?
Got a calf.
Yeah, y'all brothers and sisters, the black Negroes, us slaves, we building a calf. You know what's the greatest height for me when the Father called me out? Let me tell you something, I was comfortable in the administration. I was comfortable. When he called me, I was trying to get out. I said, well, but after he opened my mind, you know what's the greatest height for me? When I realized that it was us who killed him.
Mercy.
You see, I used to look and say, them people ain't no good over there. They kill their own thing. The Father said it ain't them, you know. Y'all is Israel. It's the Pharisees and the scribes. It's y'all who killed me. He said, but you ain't hear what the chief Pharisees say? He said, man, crucify him and let the case fall. That's why some of you know the reason y'all can't accept this truth is because y'all come from that line of them priests, you know. The case on y'all. Because anytime the Father sent truth to clear up error and you can't accept it, I don't care how old you is, you could be 100. I don't care if you was worshiping that whole name for 100 years. If the Father sent truth for you, you got to stand on the side of truth. Who you think you is? The Father say, lovest me more? So because you was worshiping this whole name for 90 years, you think it could be some extension of mercy for you? It ain't gonna be no mercy for you. It could be condemnation.
Destruction.
That's what it could be for you. Destruction.
Shakando no mandai.
Mercy. Joshua chapter 2. Joshua chapter 2 and verse 1. Oh boy, I love the word. You just gotta stick in the word.
Bring it out.
Now this one is a bit long, but I got Joshua chapter 2 verse 1 to 24, but let me give you the gist of it so you can read it for yourself. You see, Joshua them was spying out the land. He said, go into Jericho. They went there into Jericho. And you know, they got caught up in there, and it was this harlot named Rahab that helped them out.
Yes.
Because the land was on, she hid them. But she heard about their fastness through the wilderness.
Yeah.
How they was destroying every nation. How they were so mighty and terrible.
Yes.
You know what it is to have over 1 million people that the Father called out of Egypt. And these were men with swords and dreadlocks. And their beards was even dreadlocks.
Yes.
These were his children. These was Israel.
Yes. Israel.
This Israel.
The Father's chosen.
Israel. So they went in there and Rahab hid them. And after they were getting out, she said to them, look here, I heard about y'all and this Elohim who kick protection. He said, I want y'all to save me. I want you to save me from, you know what they say though? They say, we can do this for you. But this is what you got to do. See, she's a heathen, you know.
That's the heathen
But
now.
I want you to know the Father have mercy unto the heathen, you know. If y'all come unto this message, he'll save y'all. But y'all ain't gonna now be heathen, you know. Y'all gonna become grafted and become Israel. See,
right now.
you won't hear when the city come down, it got 12 gates, and each of the gates named after the 12 tribes. Israel.
Foundation.
You gotta come under. So if you was a white person who hate black people, well, brother, enjoy the fire. That's all I can say to you. Because his oracles are the chosen people. That's why he called me and said, there and go. Them white people can't baptize nobody, they can't embrace nobody. That's why I don't want to go too deep here, but that's why when you had Cornelius had to send for Peter. Peter was a black man.
Yes.
So Rahab hit them, and you know they tell Rahab, they say, look here, we coming to destroy. I said, but what you could do, all of your family members who you want to save, bring them into your house. Bring them into your house and they could be saved. So they left. Now watch what they leave Rahab with a job. Rahab had to now go to these family members of hers and say to them, look here, I want y'all to come in my house.
Yes.
You see, because if y'all don't come in my house,
Come in my house.
y'all gonna be lost.
Come in my house.
Because of the distinction, they said they must be in the